right. So, there was two things. I went to the first college after high school that I went to, in because I didn't know what the hell to do with my life. And there's no options when the shame committee, SHAME. No, okay, so when I was little, 1980, they knew I'm the center of the universe. I'm the center of the cluster that then all 16 shards of specificity and the 16 most wise go out from that point. I only have 12 majestics. My other four are held captive in encapsulate. They're the children I'm supposed to bring into the world, into this world. Now, this was known before I was born. This is known when I get here. On the Johannes Vermeer painting, Johannes goes to Johannesburg in Africa, if we're speaking Eastern European or the borderline of Western European. Although I am sent by placenta dirt crown to Gunder in New York, state of New York, in whatever land they're calling that in the future. Nobody gives a shit. All right, so here's the thing. So they offered me safe passage. It's where I wanted to go. I believe my Aunt Judy, she was keeping record and note for me because she was being informed of what possibility was up front that was a problem for the shame committee in order to try to work out treaty in order to fix it, since I'm the only one that actually matters in Sea Fleet territory. And we have a whole bunch of sleeves that are being misprogrammed by I don't know who, unbeknownst to me. I'm sure there's a list somewhere of who these thugs are, or informant, whatever. I don't know what they're calling them on inside things, inside realm work. So after that, they were supposed to take me to special boarding school, since I'm apple of his eye. He's the most important man on the planet for sure. The day he arrives, we come by special mechanism. Now these are factors that will never change, along with the fact that the Disney princess, the whole epilogue or the whole series of princess movies were to describe who I was in each one of the situations of possible holy book problems, because there's the Quran, there's the Popol Vuh, there's the Veda text, there's the Mahabharata, then oh no, now that area got 2 books, now we're in trouble. No, well, you've got 3 spellings on your Arabic book of, right, we're not all Arabic, right, got that, okay. Again, I'm not getting in the nitty-gritty, to argue with people. It's just, there's a lot of you. Then there's the island children of Santeria, but no, not the islands that I'm sent to. They're deaf, dumb, and blind Christians. Oh my God. So it is just okay, so then there's the Sacred Royal Committee. They don't like, right? Uber conservative. Great. Okay. Well, but you're delivering me into the 1960s hippy dippy orgy where they all take off their clothes and dance naked and smoke pot down the street. They're letting gays run wild with flags and drinks and leather pants with their ass hanging out and whips and chains. They're doing drugs and all sorts of stuff and opening sex clubs. Things I don't need to be around ever. But yet this is where you've delivered me and put me in guerrilla territory in New York City, in the state of New York, in whatever country they think this is, under whose constitution, I don't fucking know. That's why the Brits say it's like you wipe your ass after you take a constitution. They say it's the shit. Yeah, well, I know Americans think they are the shit, and then they just don't know, well, what does the paper qualify us for? Nothing. A false sense of security is what it looks like to me, stupid. So then they got all these kids coming in that know about the religious council elsewhere. The kids over here are recovering from the candy factory, throwing them all sorts of new options of nobody wanted it or asked for it. Couldn't you do that quietly, privately over that way? Why do you gotta come into mainstream and push it up on us all like gangster fucking gays? Oh my God. But it's not just the gay thing, it's the gays, it's the transsexuals, it's the I want to put my coochie in your face and you gotta like it. And it's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, get me the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not built and meant for this. I'm befitted. I got one. I was a Disney princess. Like, do I have to, like... So then, you leave me in the shame committee. It's like, I swear to fucking Christ, they try to do everything they can. They're like, they tell Maria through Islam community that even though she's a Christian, you're not allowed to sleep next to another woman in private. Right, yeah, I get that, but that I'm in prisoner of warfare. I'm not in like a royal, I have options here. There's zero options. I wake up in the gold realm of prisoner of war in guerrilla tactics with all the shitty fucking loose change and kids attacking my visual everywhere, pushing their disgusting appetite for argument and whatever else into my arena. And I'm just like, I don't want to see you, hear you, talk to you, look at you. What the fuck is human for? Bushido, that's what Bushido's for. They come and they kill all of the fucking problem kids that don't fucking act right and that keep shaming the one, which is what I am. What happened to that honor committee? I'm just curious. I mean, I met with Nina Medini. She, some form of Indian, so she said. She was trying to speak to me only once about regime and about what goes on in her country, which I greatly appreciated. But I didn't understand the context or how I was integrated into that conversation. Like, I kept saying, I feel like you want me to say something where I owe you more for bestowing this upon me, like for teaching me this, because people don't talk like this around here. I was like, but on the other hand, like, I don't know how I fit in order to offer anything back to you. You know, I mean, that was that's my genuine reaction. Like, I mean, oh my God, like, one spiritually inspired woman who does not have to be an a-hole in order to get herself heard, and she can actually act like a lady in a quiet spiritual advising session in the office that, you know, other people are in and out of. To hold a meeting, and gave me such words of wisdom from far away that I wouldn't have ever had heard face to face, real time, and wouldn't have even known to look for. Then she also helped set me up on some appointments for some business in the community that she knows from her spiritual advisor, and she said, so I met with a couple of different, they said, you know, and again, I went in again, territory that I had not been introduced to before, and but I'm, you know, I'm not one of these uber curious, like, if you are not into like speaking or sharing about your personal piece of whatever spiritual means to you, I'm okay with that. I just don't hold it against me that I didn't know or I didn't ask, or don't think that it wasn't important to me. It was just, I was getting up and moving in a sequence of time, like rebooting a computer every day, and I never know what I'm walking into. If the phone rings and they say, I want to list my house or I want to buy a house, okay, how can I help you? I'm a salesperson that I'm trying to make money just to survive and keep a roof over my kids' heads. That's the shitty fucking world I live in this slave mentality that you all built for yourselves in the shittiest constitution of American. Wait, what did we get? Nothing. You built nothing, you contributed nothing. In fact, you tore a whole lot of shit down. You confused a whole lot of people. And you got nothing left because, like, fucking World War II or III comes tomorrow. You got no food, no shelter, no supplies. You're really fucking stupid ass generation. But anyway, so she sent me over to a couple of different listing appointments, which I went in, different cultures. And I just, whatever I was walking into, I was just there. I was present. I was trying to be respectful. And whatever they needed or wanted to talk about, I did. And I did sit with one family, which was actually very nice. They had a very, I don't want to upset anybody, but is it Namaste? Like, very Zen, but then that's more, right, Bushido territory. But everybody knows about the factions in that area they've heard, or they keep it going and teach, just so they know where the boundary lines are. So they always stay within what's acceptable in the respectable people of just, like, I call them the Hispanics, but they're really not. It's more like they're the empire's people of the imperial. The star dwellers is the H, and then you have the imperial, and then they're skinned, looking human, but all different types of skins. And then they tend to panic. Panic gets like anxiety, like, yeah, we scare easily, right? No, I get that. I try not to scare people, but I really don't know what you all expect from me when I can't get the fuck out of here. And nobody has any answers or any friends elsewhere to find me one man I was built for. And it's on record somewhere in some office.